Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Highway to the Zemus-Zone League race tonight between bigdunka, Nightdew, GreatWightHope, and penguin8r. My name is PMAkfal, and I'm joined here with...
Hey guys, this is Vitasia. Man, this has got to be one of the most hype races of the entire league. I've been looking forward to this one.
I have too, and I didn't get a chance to watch a whole race today, so I'm excited that I get to watch tonight's and commentate with you guys. We got bigdunka coming in here with 4 points. He's got 3 races to go, so he took first in his only race he's done so far. Nightdew, 8 points. He's got 1 race to go tonight. GreatWightHope has 2 points, and he's got 2 races to go. And penguin8r with 7 points, and he also has 2 races to go.
Yeah, bigdunka, Nightdew, and penguin8r all have first place finishes in at least one prior race. So those 3 are really going to have to keep an eye on. GreatWightHope, 4th place in both of his races. So I'm not saying he's out, but he's got to place very, very well in this particular race at this point in time. Look to see him do some really interesting gambles just to try to get into that first place. It's first place or that's it for GreatWightHope.
Yeah, and a high placement for Nightdew tonight would definitely put him in a good position to move on. And we got a Sid start. What do you think about a Sid start here?
Sid's amazing. I love a Sid start. Level 20, he has a ton of HP, and even though he doesn't have much armor is pretty easy to come by, and he can still smack things around pretty easily. You know, if we have a Sid start, I might even be tempted to go right to Baron and get my character right away.
And we're off. Oh, so we've got a pretty physically strong start here.
And the Magma Key.
That's awesome. All right.
Sid Yang Magma. You know, I really want to see who's the first to go to the underground. I like an early Magma play, especially routing in that young check there in the Self Cave right away, even before going to Fabul, makes routing a little bit more efficient. We'll see if anyone ends up doing that or if they continue on their normal path.
Yeah, and now I want to ask a question. Can you, if you check Yang in the underground, can you get an item from Sheila before you do the gauntlet?
Yes, you absolutely can, technically. Although most people do the gauntlet and then do Sheila, so you can kind of save the walk all the way around.
Yep, but you know, taking Magma early could definitely get you, and looks like bigdunka is going to do that. You're guaranteed 2 key items right there, or 2 key item spots, rather. Land and summon monsters, and checking Yang. Also, you know, the poison from running over, the damage from running over that poison, like you said, doing Football Gauntlet first, you'll get that free heal right before, so you don't even have to worry about healing up.
Absolutely. So we got some interesting items. Looks like a silent staff, looks like some armor, Gaia, crystal armor, which is, you know, great money to start off with.
Yeah, we got cabins too. Good. Definitely good for early.
We did see Palom that's going to be starting in that Baron end spot. So that's something nice to see. We do see exits look like is there for bigdunka in the item shop down here. Agert, right.
Yep, and he is going to go straight to the underground. Palom is arguably the best black mage in the game. So he's definitely someone they're going to be heading after pretty soon. Looks like GreatWight is going to sell a bunch of stuff he picked up for some money to pick up some stuff.
We did see a cat claw that is there in Damsian in the back end of there. So a nice early weapon for Young, who, you know, just another reason to keep him around.
Absolutely, yeah, and just having 2 claws on Yang at any time definitely is big. So finding any claw, especially the cat claw, is very helpful early on. So it looks like Nightdew's diving into the Antline Cave to check his first key item spot.
Yeah, we did see Dunka open a couple chests here at Antline in the Fey March as well, trying to dodge some monsters in boxes here, but we're going to see what our other key item here, and already items in the Underworld, Succubi, and GreatWightHope is also making a dive into the Underworld already. Meanwhile, both Nightdew and penguin8r are both in Antlion.
And it looks like Big Dunk is gonna go ahead and peek in here at the bosses in the land of the summoned monsters to see. We've got a Dark Elf and the Evil Wall, which are both not fun bosses for those positions.
No, in particular, that Evil Wall spot at Ashura, that is a very, very high speed spot. That's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Doesn't matter who your party ends up being.
Well, potential key item spot in Land of the Summoned Monsters was a Leviathan summon, which can be good if they find Rydia early.
Was that a crystal sword that I saw Big Dunka picking up there?
I think it might have been a helm.
Okay, it was crystal something, and he already sold one piece of crystal armor, so I'm pretty sure it's just money armor at this point.
Yep, and this town down here in the underground, which I can never remember the name of, is a great little treasury in here that Big Dunk is going to go and loot, and he's getting a lot of looting done pretty early.
Simultaneous boss fights from Nightdew and penguin8r, and we get the guards from the Kaipo Inn.
Yes, and this is actually a fairly easy spot, or a fairly easy boss fight. Just physical attacks, not too strong. The antlion spot is only 1,000 HP. It's going to be divided up. So penguin8r is going to go ahead and try to kill that back officer so he can get some extra experience. And I think Nightdew just let him run away.
Oh, we see illusions and Bacchus wines that are in that Tamra item shop. So that's if you're going to be a melee heavy party, and if you already have Young and Sid, you're probably looking at a pretty melee heavy party anyway. So Bacchus wines down in Tamra.
Nice. And we have a vanilla sand ruby in the antlion cave. So that is a free character.
Well, we'll see if it's a worthwhile character. I mean, that's really nice to see early, especially when you're a little bit hurting for characters right now. Hoping for maybe a white mage, and then everything else is gravy.
Yep, well, yeah, I think personally any character at this point is going to be beneficial. You've got, even if it's someone like Edward, you've got a target. At least it's someone that someone can be targeted.
Yep, I equate Edward to the teddy bear from Earthbound. He just sits there getting smacked.
Oh, we've got, looks like Porum on, unless it's the duplicate. Could be it is Porum on top of Hobbs and it's Plague, which with Sid to start, this is not that bad of a fight.
No, it shouldn't be too bad, especially with both of these guys. We get into Thor Rage going here. And we have, that's gotta be Kane!
Yes. And Nightdew resetting out of that Plague fight. And I do believe penguin8r picked up a Flame Spear at some point.
Yeah, it does look like it was a Flame Spear at that point. So we have the Cane there, and we're going to see what items are going to be here in Kaipo.
Going to go ahead and leave us. He's going to leave us in anticipation while he sells his stuff first. And GreatWightHope is getting ready to be excited about what he finds in the Tamra shop.
Ooh, sirens in the Kaipo item shop. So we have our grind already.
And if you manage to find a Dragoon Spear for Kane, that will be extremely helpful in the grind fight against those eggs. Nightdew is trying. Yep, he's doing his reflect strats on Plague, so he can go ahead and keep that countdown going indefinitely. This spot, the Mom Bomb spot, only has about 1,200 HP, so keeping that thing resetting and chipping away with Yang and Sid, he'll be down in no time.
Absolutely, and if you don't know about that strat, that's really makes it super easy. Plague has a trigger where if any character that's alive on your party does not have the countdown function on him, he will recast count. So if you happen to use a Star Veil or a Moon Veil, he will just be stuck in that infinite loop, and it's effectively a free fight.
Yeah, and Nightdew, some may argue that is not the best use of a Moon Veil for Porum. Porum is not the best white mage, but she is a white mage. Nightdew has not checked his Kaipo Sand Ruby spot, and having Kane in this fight might not have needed him to use his Moon Veil. It could have gone by a little bit faster, especially with the white spear that he has.
Either way, Nightdew gets it down, and penguin8r is right behind. So penguin8r kind of more in the straight line advantage right now, while bigdunka and GreatWightHope are running in other places.
So we've got Porum. penguin8r, yeah, I believe you just said penguin8r takes down the plague. And yeah, Great White and bigdunka are back up, or are up, and bigdunka has gone underground. He made the first one. Oh, and crashes into the mountains before landing next to the Village of Mist.
That hurts. Here's Dunka. Loot everything here in the Village of Mist. It should be interesting. GreatWightHope is now on his way to get his Porum, which will be nice.
Yeah, bigdunka's strategy seems to be just some massive looting, which is definitely has its advantages, because later on you won't have to worry about checking some things, especially if you get a good party early.
Absolutely. So we see penguin8r is opting to, as soon as he was done getting his characters, came right back to Baron. He didn't end up going right over to Fabul. He might be saving Fabul check to loop that in after he heads up to the underground. Our folks on the left, bigdunka and GreatWightHope, have already been down to the underground. Nightdew and penguin8r have opted to do a more traditional route at this point, getting a full party before they go into the underground. So it should be interesting to see what ends up happening from this point on.
Yeah, I thought penguin8r looks like he might be going into try to fight Antlion and whoever the next boss is to get Palm. Yes, and that's what he is doing. So the Quake Kid, he's looking for the Quake Kid.
Well, and this is going to be really nice for penguin8r. He'll get his party of 5, and that is a viable end-game party. The twins, and then 3 frontline fighters with Young, Ed, Kane, and Sid. So he doesn't have to really worry about anyone at this point in time checking anything for characters. He can just focus on getting the key items.
Absolutely. And it's the D-Lunars at this spot, which is tricky. Very tough, very strong. He may... Not sure what he may do. He's looking to thinking about using his Moon Veil.
Yeah, I would say, he's going to use a Cure 3 on it, so... The interesting thing about this fight is you don't necessarily even have to worry about keeping your characters alive, because there's no XP at the end of this, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right, that's an advantage. Oh, we need a physical attack, so they're going to start being a little bit nasty, and looks like we're going to be seeing a reset out of this fight. Oh, he took down one of them.
Yeah, GG out of that one.
Yep.
All right, so we do see GreatWightHope now diving into Antlion Cave, and bigdunka is up in Damsian, so he's probably heading over there before too long as well.
We found Star Veils and Hourglass 3s in the Mysidia shop, which are 2 fantastic items to have. And bigdunka went ahead and picked up his Cat Claw for Yang, which is going right on him.
So penguin8r is going to take another stab over here at these D-Looters. We'll see if he ends up using the Moon Veil. He put his Cure 3 a little bit higher, so I think he knows what he wants to do.
Yeah, and someone in chat did mention that it looks like penguin8r attacked one turn too early. As soon as you use a physical attack on one of the D-Lunars, they'll cast wall on themselves, and then they'll start bouncing virus off each other.
Yeah, and that's something you really don't want to do. Now, remember, it does not. It's only if you use the fight command. So if you do things like Young's kick, a Kane's jump, anything like that that's not a direct attack, it will not trigger that specifically. So it's something to keep in mind. It's a little bit more helpful when we have the J2 flag turned on, when you could use Young's like power where he beefs himself up. Unfortunately, at this point in time, there's not a whole lot you can do. It looks like he's trying to get some cures off, and he's thinking about fighting. Oh no. He killed one.
So it looks like he's going to try to physical them down now. Now, when there's only one remaining, the D-Lunars will bounce virus off each other. They will not bounce virus off themselves. So, what he's doing is he got the D-Lunar to cast wall at himself, and now he's just going to attack with fire. Kane's in the air. He might. Nope. Oh, whoa. If he can get up in the air, he may have it.
Okay. Oh, this is tight. Meanwhile, Dunka's over there doing our first Fabul Gauntlet. We did see Dr. Lugi over here. Oh
wow! What a kill! What a fight! With 30 HP left, that's amazing. That was impressive.
And rewarded with the massive moon egg.
Not really that bad if you find Edge early.
If you find Edge, who do you ditch at this point in time? Do you ditch Young, Sid, or Kane?
You know, personally for me, I would ditch Sid because he's slow, but a lot of people use that slow as an agility anchor, so it just depends. With a cat claw, I would probably not get rid of Yang.
Probably not me either. Yeah, I would probably get rid of Kane myself as well, just because I like that super slow agility anchor myself. But different strokes for different folks. You know, whatever works for you.
Edge is quite fast and definitely useful. So if you're comfortable going super fast, Edge is your guy. And looks like penguin8r and Nightdew are both going underground.
Oh, Neon Gray throwing shade at us. I'm sorry, Neon. Neon Gray is our tracker, by the way, doing all the work, making us look good. I'm sorry.
Yes, while this is going on, definitely want to thank Neon Gray for her tracking, Shala Kitty for restreaming, and RPG Limit Break for letting us on the channel.
All right, so Dunka's over here. I did not see.
Fabul Gauntlet was the Baron key.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
right.
He hasn't picked up any extra characters yet either.
Well, he's just now starting, so he's gonna get to a point where he's gonna have all these characters. I think he knows about Siren, so I don't think leveling is going to necessarily be a problem, because once he heads to the underground, he can do some pretty quick leveling anyway.
Right. I believe all of our runners know about the Sirens. I think they've all checked Kaipo. Dunka may not have.
I don't think Dunka has, because he does not have that cane.
You know, Dunka is trying to power through this plague fight, which he shouldn't have a problem with Sid hitting almost 500 each attack. One more attack from Sid should do it, but the attack from Yang does as well. It's like GreatWightHope is fighting his Lugi. Now the Dr. Lugi spot is definitely, or the Dr. Lugi fight is not fun because it is two fights in itself. You have the Lugi and Balnab. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And once you kill them, it goes into the Dr. Lugi himself fight. Yes,
See,
Dr. Loogie.
See, and that's the exact reason why I love the Loogie fight, is because that HP for those high HP spots are split 3 ways. So if you have like a single adamant armor and you have it on a frontline fighter, it can deal out some serious damage on the first hit, normally to either Ballnab or Loogie, and then immediately again in the second fight for Loogie.
I just noticed a ribbon from Sheila.
Ooh.
That is a great piece of equipment. Tell us a little bit about what the ribbon does.
Ribbon is effectively invulnerability to all status effects, in addition to having great magic defense and pretty solid physical defense as well. So it's really something you want to put on someone you want to protect, in particular for that zero miss fight, which is almost exclusively magic damage.
Well, Nightdew's chopping up some eggs right now. He went ahead and stopped it so he can just kind of wail away on it. He's going to get a couple levels early.
I mean, man, that's a hard shell to crack there, isn't it?
But I believe his thinking is this is probably 4 of the 5 party members he's going to go with in the end. So there's no harm in getting a couple levels early.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and do another one, and it looks like penguin8r is setting up to do the same thing, only he's got a full 5 party members. That could be interesting. Worth noting, we've gotten kind of, 3 key items, I think, between all of us, which for 20 minutes in on a K2 seat isn't bad. We're doing all right on our key item count. As soon as we get that wonderful 10 key items, it will double the experience of every fight. So doing a little mini micro grind right now for 2 or 3 fights, just in order to get us to the point where we can follow through and go through a lot of these bosses a lot easier, is absolutely worth it.
And a good point in chat, penguin8r is probably trying to get Palom Quake. Because once Palom gets Quake is a very fast cast, goes straight through wall, and does a decent amount of damage. So
yeah, at that point you can pretty well use Quake on anything, and it's just your best thing that you can possibly have Palom do until you get nuked.
Yes, Virus as well is a good earlier spell too. But probably, I believe Quake is at 23.
And I think he stopped just short of it. He got Virus and then Toad, and if he had one more level, he would have gotten Quake, so he would have been just fine there.
And GreatWightHope is fighting the D's Lunars right now.
D's Lunars. I wonder, he looks like he's fighting them kind of more traditionally, but they're on their Virus script right now, so he's not going to have a very good time.
Yeah, they are bouncing Virus. It's looks like a reset. Yes, I think he also forgot about Wall on them, trying to cast either that or he cast Cure 2 on Sid, who was dead, and he decides to go with alternative strategy and run.
That's a fair strategy, and he sees the sirens and probably going to be selling. Oh, he sold his silent staff.
I believe I saw a lunar staff in there.
Yeah, he has a lunar staff in there. That I was like, what?
See, and yeah, penguin8r is back in the. No, he hasn't been in the underground yet, has he?
No, penguin8r has not been to the underground yet, so he's clearing out the Fey March right now. And we'll see, because he did a little bit of grinding. We'll see if he is going to make an attempt. Of the bosses that are down here, it wouldn't be overly difficult for the Dark Elf, because once you get him to that second phase, you can stop him. But that would still be really, really rough.
Neon Gray in chat talking about the wall strats with Lunar Dragons. Do you want to tell our audience about the wall strats on Lunar Dragons?
Absolutely. So Long story short, so if you cast Wall on yourself and then never, ever fight them, eventually they will get to the point where they will cast a breath attack, which is reflectable from the wall, and it will effectively turn them into toads. So we call it the Toad Lunar Strat, or there's a community name for it. But the idea is that the fight becomes super easy at that point in time. It takes some time to set up, but the idea is just put some Star Veils or Moon Veils on you. Yeah, do some kicks, do some jumps, do some little things like that, but wait until they do their breath. The Lunar Frogs, the Lunar Frogs, these frogs.
Now you're gonna also have to have some curative items too, because they will be hitting you with Blaze.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, the Blaze is a percentage-based attack, so you always want to make sure they'll do damage to you, and you will eventually die. Doesn't matter how much HP you have. So you do need a healer at some point in time for that.
Is there a specific time when they use the breath attack, or is it just random?
You ask me like I should know. No, honestly, that's something I just go until they cast it. And I think technically there is a specific time that goes, but I'm one of those, it is scripted. Okay.
The
fifth action.
Fifth action, okay, so. Thank you to Demarine and Wells.
Oh, I see coffins?
Coffins. So that's going to make things much better.
Coffins!
So I bet bet runners that found those or that did a little bit of egg grind might have been a little bummed out that they did not pick up a couple of those and make that grind a little bit faster. Nightdew is going to, he's trying for Quake Kid now as well.
Yeah, it looks like he is trying to set that up right now. GreatWightHope is setting up those reflect strats. Dunka.
Bigdunka is doing the same thing, it looks like. He threw a Starveil up on Sid, and he's just waiting. GreatWightHope is also playing the waiting game.
Man, if you're a fan of Lunars, of the D's Lunars fights, you got 3 of them going on simultaneously.
Now Grimoire gets us a Shiva. Grimoire also does not, magic does not trigger a wall, but we see our wall. We see our Lunar Frogs now on GreatWightHopes and 1 Lunar Frog on Bigdunkas, and they go down quite quickly. Now that they are frogs. Nightdew has acquired the Mazmune and the Quake Kid, as has GreatWightHope.
Yeah, the rough part is penguin8r has the Quake Kid before he did his grind, so Quake Kid is actually equipped with Quake at this point in time.
And I also find it fitting that a frog fight nets you the Mazmune.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there. That took me a second, I'm not gonna lie.
So we have, everyone has finished the Lunar Dragons. Looks like Nightdew's taken that Baron key and running with it, as is GreatWightHope.
It's a solid play. I don't know if both of them have, well, they both have their 5 characters, so I think they're in a good spot. All runners should have all 5 characters at this point in time. This is an interesting play, prioritizing the upper world before you go to the underworld.
Chrono Trigger references and a Charlotte Kitty seed. And I would not be surprised if penguin8r decides to roll into Baron as well.
Oh, and we got a vanilla Bygin fight.
All the crystal gear showing up here in this seed too. Found a crystal shield in the Baron shop in the chest.
You keep saying crystal gear, and I keep hearing cash gear.
It is money, especially with a seed with sirens and coffins. Very useful, and Bacchus in shops that are accessible now.
Oh, acid shiver. This is a Shalama seed. Shala Kitty, do we have a Shalamus Zeromus fight? Because if not, that's now got to happen.
Oh, you know she is not going to tell us that. She is going to wait and let us be surprised.
You're not wrong. She's evil like that.
Yep, and Nightdew is downed Baigen, which is one of my least favorite bosses in the game. No particular reason. When I played this game as a kid on the Super Nintendo, Baigen was a nice roadblock for me.
He's an interesting roadblock in the sense that originally when you have Tella in the fight, you're given all this awesome magic and, oh wait, the main part of him casts wall.
Yep. So you think you're good to go, but nope. And we're going to see, we got Leviathan is sitting on the throne.
Different king.
Yes. GreatWightHope not having much of a problem with Baigen. However, his right arm is going to explode and almost take out Yang.
So Dunka doing a little bit of a grind. Meanwhile, the other three, Nightdew, penguin8r, and GreatWightHope, are all following that Baron key. Remember, in randomizer races like this, it's not necessarily what you do, it's what your opponents don't do. So all three of these guys following the Baron keychain, Big Dunka might be at an advantage if this ends up being a dead end.
And I am still holding out for that seed where Dragon Mist is holding the key on the giant. And I think
we can
everyone
only
is.
hope.
Do we have a name for that, or is that just going to be the seed?
We'll call it the cursed seed.
The cursed seed.
I mean, I have no other thing to call it other than that, because it would be absolutely horrible and amazing for us to watch it. It's still a possibility.
Rydia in Baron, which is going to get dropped pretty quickly, I would imagine.
Wait, what?
No. What? Oh, he... Interesting.
He dropped Quake Kid for Rydia?
That's interesting. I thought he trolled us for a second. But it looks like he actually dropped him.
I mean, if he has Leviathan...
He does have Leviathan.
Yeah. But
Quake...
But Quake Kid... And even then, Palem has more HP. Like, he can... It's much easier to level up Palem to the point where you can... Like, he's viable on Zeromus. Rydia, I mean, can get smacked around pretty easily.
Yes, and penguin8r drops Sid for Rydia.
All right, GreatWightHope, what are you going to do? And ditching Rydia.
He's dishing Rydia, so only one of the three have dropped Rydia. We'll see what Big Duncan does. He's almost there.
Oh, so he's not following he's following everyone else. Okay.
Well, we're gonna see what Baron gives us. Was this a dead end, or was this a good play?
Adamant.
Ouch. For your troubles, here's a rock.
Let's think of it this way, though. Everyone's doing it. No one is actually losing time on it.
Nope. Everybody is making the same play, which is not necessarily the wrong play. Looks like penguin8r is going to check out what the Odin spot is as well. He's going to poke his head downstairs and see who's waiting for him.
It's a worthwhile check. If it's a free fight, then you go ahead and do it. Otherwise, you do a quick reset.
Bigdunka's Quake Kid is making quick work of Bigan. And we still have ordeals up.
I think this is free.
Is this the water hag? Oh no, it's the gauntlet, which is not necessarily too difficult. He may be able to handle the gauntlet. They're going to hit hard.
Yeah, they're hitting very hard, particularly with Rydia. Bet you wish you kept your Palom. Oh wait, no, he kept Palom. He got rid of Sid.
Yes, Nightdew dropped Palom.
I was about to say something really smart and flippant, but no.
Yes, my two children were objecting a little bit to dropping Palom. Ooh, we got Ashura in the dwarf castle.
Well, for the first fight, this isn't horrible if you can get some reflex off, but I don't know if he will double Star Veil or if he's just going to try to power through this.
With his party and at this spot, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to power through it without double Star Veiling. He already set up Yang with it. Yeah, he's going to double Star Veil. Rivers makes a good point. Do you know who is good against Ashura?
A Palom.
Uh-huh. And now, yeah. So now he gets to wall up on Ashura, so he's going to be able to go through the fight and hopefully put enough damage. She's tough. She hits pretty hard, but he should be okay.
Penguin abandoning that fight. He says, "Nah, this is going to be too tough on me."
Did penguin8r start the Ashura fight? I was not watching. Yes, he was. Sorry. I'm still a little hung up on Nightdew dropping Palom. I am all distracted.
Make sure you give him a piece of your mind in the post-race interview.
And bigdunka is gonna go down and check out the Fubble Gauntlet as well. Oh, so yes, penguin8r bailed out of the Fubble Gauntlet fight. And
yeah. Dunka is going down there. Dunka did ditch Rydia as well, so he followed GreatWightHope's decision at that point in time. So we'll see if he has any better luck with a fully leveled party. Well, fully leveled in quotation marks.
Alright, so Ashura's down for Nightdew. Bigdunka was hoping for Water Hag and was disappointed.
So Dunka is. Yeah, hey, I think he ditched Dark Knight, and that seems fine. But you get what?
Dark Knight for the Dark Knight to fight the Dark Knight.
Oh, and he's got this. At very least, Young's going to be able to survive. So,
absolutely. In the Dark Knight Cecil fight, all you need to do is tank 3 hits from his Dark Wave and do nothing else, and it's over. With Yang with his high HP, no problems at all. He took care of it. We get the little monologue. I'm not surprised, like you said, about ditching Dark Knight Cecil. He has a great party. Doesn't really have the equipment for Cecil. And you get a little bit more play with your agility if you don't have Cecil in your party.
Absolutely. So we're going to find out what our key item is from the Dwarf Castle up here on Nightdew's side. Meanwhile, bigdunka is making good progress over here on this Odin fight.
Yes, he's getting through it. The Cat Claw is putting the soldiers to sleep, so he only has to usually deal occasionally. So he does only have to deal with one at a time.
RPG Mel, no one has done Mount Ordeals, which I think we're perfectly fine with at this point in time. We got Magma Key right off the bat, so there was really no need to do much exploration. Now, if the crystal's there, that might be interesting.
Well, in this seed, honestly, to me, Ordeals is not the best play with the amount of time you have. You have no Tella, you have no Fusoya, you don't have Cecil. There's really no point to do it other than the potential for a key item.
Absolutely. So Nightdew did get the tower key, which pretty heavily incentivizes going up the tower. That is now 2 really close key item locations. A bigdunka, I think he's on his second to last fight. Oh, he's got a dead young, so he's going to try to get him up.
Oh, and two misses and an 18 damage attack. I'm sure he's happy to see that. And the tower key spot in Babel is really low HP. I want to say, let me double check real quick. It's not even on this chart. It's just a pretty throwaway fight. So if you got a difficult boss there and can put out 600 damage, it's done. And that's what he's going to do. Check that spot now. It's
a free. This is the other free fight, Water Hag.
This is the worst place to see a free fight.
Yeah, this one is pretty free anyway. I mean, this is one of those fights where you want to see like a D-Lunar or you want to see a Wyvern because you can usually smack it around pretty easily. But seeing Water Hag here is just...
And the Water Hag is a scripted fight, just like the Dark Knight Cecil, but you can kill Dark Knight Cecil. You cannot kill the Water Hag. You have to actually hit him 3 times before he dies. So in this spot with the damage Yang was putting out, he would have killed him that first attack. But instead, he had to sit through 3. So it is a big waste of time in that spot.
And Dunka's through this Odin spot, so we're getting ready to see what kind of value he found. He really pushed it through here. Hook.
Oh, not something he wanted.
Hook, where's the hook? Hook, where's the hook? We don't care.
Nope, and there's no reason to go in Cave Eblin because he's got his characters. He's found sirens, he's found coffins, he's gone ahead and found Bacchus, so there's no reason. That's a waste. Unless the only reason is if he finds a rat tail or a pink tail for an adamant armor. And Nightdew's gonna go up and go ahead and see what's at the top of Battle.
I mean, Chat is making an interesting point. If Upper Babel ends up holding D-Mist, which is our key, that could be interesting.
Now we've got Baron Guards at the top of Babel's, and he does have Hourglass, so not a tricky fight. Stop him. I believe he has size, possibly. Stop him, shrink him.
Beat him, mash him, boil him in a stew.
And he has coffins, which I forgot about, and so instant free kill there. Now, does penguin8r have coffins? Did he pick them up?
I do not know. That is going to be interesting. So our key item up here is
the Legend Sword. Well, he can get an Excalibur to hang
it's
out.
Another key item.
It is. It's 1 on the way to 10. So, not the worst thing in the world, but definitely not what he wanted to see. And he's got another key item spot coming up here as he leaves Babel. And penguin8r does have coffins, so he is definitely getting a free fight. Also using some life on the dead guard to get a little bit extra experience.
I mean, it's also worth noting it's another shop, and it's, I think, from the way the randomizer ends up working in this particular with the S flag that we have, the S2 flag, you get progressively better items the further it's locked down the progression chain. and the Cocoa Shop ends up having the statistically highest percentage chance of having the best items that you might be able to get. So we have both the Adamant and the Legend. So if you're really desperate for some nice items, you might be able to go down there.
And the tower key gave us a drum roll. Oh,
I didn't see it.
I didn't either. The stream clicked out. Interesting.
And Nightdew's turning it in. He's turning the Cocoa Shop in.
Yeah, he's gonna do it. I am not sure what the item was. The stream lagged.
GreatWightHope will show us before too long. Yeah, whatever Nightdew ended up getting, it was so epic, it dropped frames.
It was the package. We're being told in chat. Package. Maybe? A rune axe in the Cocoa Shop. Yes, it was a package. So rune axe is nice to have. Nightdew does not have Sid, but Kane can still use the rune axe.
That's still not a bad thing to have, and if you're planning on, I mean, he's not going to be used.
Oh,
well,
he does.
He does have.
That's right. That's right. Nightdew dropped Palom.
Yeah, he's that dirty man who dropped Quick Kid.
Well, maybe he knew there'd be a rune axe in the Cocoa Shop.
Yes, he knew. He knew.
So I guess I don't know if he's gonna check the package. I doubt he would. He's gonna do ordeals. At this point, the only real value in checking the package is if D-Mist is the boss in Kaipo, which can happen.
It can. Nightdew is now climbing Mount Ordeals. He's, 3 bosses. He's over leveled for it, so these should go relatively quickly.
Yeah, this will go fast. But we shall see. The only thing that could be an issue up here is if we run into our best friend, who shall not be named. But if that shows up, get a Star Bell up, you're good to go. Looks like we've got either Rubicant or the
Elements fight. Yep. Couple smacks. I don't anticipate him having any problems. Yeah.
Nope.
He's got a Blizzard Lance on Kane, so he just smacked Rubicante with it.
So Rubicant's down. He's gonna go see what the next boss is, which is, luckily for our runners, is not the Football Gauntlet, which is absolutely treacherous in this spot, in the back attack spot. Great White is doing a little bit of grinding.
Worthwhile grind at this point in time. I mean, it looks like he's set up with his party as well. Nightdew. I mean, everyone's pretty well set up. They got their White Mage. They got their frontline fighters. We've got Sirens. We've got Coffins. We've got Bacchus Wines. We're pretty much set up in terms of our equipment and our items. We're just looking for our key items, the crystal, and of course our access to the moon.
Yes, this race is gonna roll into who makes the right play for a key item, because we know where everything is. It's pretty nice. And good point is Rydia can summon Titan, which is Quake.
I think rolling with Leviathan.
Yes, Leviathan does just fine as well. So, the Magus Sisters will fall off the bridge into the deep ravine. And we'll see what's in the shrine. What are we getting today?
Drum roll.
Drum roll. And it is
Darkness Crystal.
Okay. Yes. So we've got Moon Accent.
I'm down with this. Okay.
And the Mylon. Mylon got a little lost and wandered into someplace he Doesn't really need to be snooping around. Nightdew using cure strats on the gas because their undead cure will kill them immediately. And this is a very low HP spot, so Mylon goes ahead and complains about his body and then dies.
So, what do you do if you're Nightdew? Do you immediately cash that in and go up to the moon, or do you clear out everything that's down here on Earth first?
Now, what do we have left on Earth? We have the Land of the Summon Monster bosses, and a possibility of demist at in Kaipo. So, do you grind a couple of fights and try for the summon monster bosses, or do you grind some fights and go to the moon?
Well, keep in mind, Nightdew also hasn't done Odin yet. So that's a possibility as well.
And remind me, what was the reward for the Odin spot, which GreatWightHope is doing right now?
Bupkis, as I recall. It was the hook.
Hook. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's going to the Odin spot. Looks like he's wanting to double check. Just making sure he's not getting baited with that darkness crystal. Because let's be realistic. It would be really easy to go to the moon right now. He knows that everyone has seen those sirens. He knows that everyone has those coffins. It would be really easy to be leveled and going to the moon right now. So he's going to double check before he goes up there.
This is interesting again for I believe the third time in this race. We have 3 of the 4 runners doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. GreatWightHope, Nightdew, and penguin8r all doing the football gauntlet spot. bigdunka went ahead and did that already, so he is going and doing what they did while he was doing that.
Has anyone checked Sheila? We've had one Sheila check, and it was
a ribbon.
Yeah.
Sheila gave us a ribbon.
No pan, so we haven't had the second Sheila turn in, or smacking Young in the face with a pan to get the sylphs to give us something for whatever reason.
Which the sylphs can give a key item. I did not realize until I played just recently that in this flag set, the sylphs can actually give you a key item. penguin8r goes ahead and gets his hook and leaves. Where do you think he's going to go next? You think he's going to climb more deals, or do you think he's going to go try to do those summon monster bosses?
I don't know. The summon monsters we have had, only one of them is really doable with their current levels. The evil wall is I honestly, and this is my honest opinion, I think the evil wall in that particular spot is more difficult than Zemus himself.
Yes, that evil wall he's gonna be silly fast. He is going to hit like a truck. That's gonna be intimidating for the runners. And we got the Dark Elf too, which is not in the Leviathan spot, is not going to be a walk in the park.
And of course, Chad is pointing out that if you have moon veils, then yes, technically it's free, but I think we've only seen one moon veil, and we haven't seen them in any shop yet.
Well,
they do have a ribbon, so...
Yes. Does ribbon offer anything against the evil wall?
Yes, he does, because the crush mechanic is an auto death, and ribbon protects against auto death.
Okay.
So we have a question in chat. Giorgio Marioder I'm totally butchering your name, asks, can someone explain how this randomizer works? And for lack of a better term, the different, okay, you'll see a string of like JK2, PCT, 3, S2. Those are the flags for the set. So the different flags will do different things. Effectively, right now, what you're going to see is all the key items in the game are shuffled up. The characters and where they're found are shuffled up. The items and where they're sold are shuffled up. And the items sold in all the shops are shuffled up. You're given the airship at the beginning. Beat Zemus.
That is your goal. This is absolutely a amazingly well done randomizer. It is truly incredible how well done this randomizer is. It is just a blast. I would recommend anybody who has not tried it, check it out.
Oh, Dunka is at the wall.
He has a moon veil.
Does he?
He does. Does he have a ribbon? He has a reset.
He's like, let's hang on.
Yes, okay. Confirming in chat that bigdunka does not have a ribbon yet. Nightdew crashed his airship once again. He's going to have to pay a hefty fee at the body shop to fix that.
And by hefty fee, just all of us in the community taunting him endlessly. Just saying, ha ha, you crashed your airship.
That's what you get for ditching Palom.
I was going to say, I think ditching Palom is a slightly more offensive thing to do than crashing your airship, because we've all crashed our airship.
Penguin8r went up ordeals, got his darkness crystal. And we are fighting the Dark Elf with bigdunka, which, as I said before, is not going to be fun. He will cast, before he changes, when he emotes Me Change, he uses a combination of all the 2 spells. Then he'll counter attacks with Whisper. And Whisper will turn your character into a pig. So, and when your character's a pig, they can't use spells. So Palom is a pig and cannot use Quake right now. But got unpicked.
The interesting thing about this particular spot is that Leviathan's magic attack, all things said, is not terribly strong. We see it doing less than 100 damage. Now, he does cast Weak, which we're going to have to deal with, and Dunka has a dead cane right now, but he was dealing less than 100 damage even when characters were hit with all 3 of those level 2 spells. So it's really not that big of a deal with those level 2 spells if you can keep people alive from the weak.
Yep, and we got Berserk on Yang and Sid, so that's going to help out. Unfortunately, the Whispers and Piggies really hurt our magic users. And Kane being down doesn't help either. Sid with the Rune Axe is nice. However,
Nightdew in a little bit better shape right now. All of his people are up, but both Young and Kane, okay, Young's back up. And yeah, committee meeting in the Land of the Summoned Monsters. We see GreatWightHope like, can I do this? He's going to try.
he is once again 3 runners, same thing.
It's really not all that surprising seeing all the runners do effectively the same things in just different areas and different orders. I do like seeing them. I mean, that's great news for people like Penguin8r, Nightdew, and bigdunka, who have already had a first place win in this tournament and are just looking to exceed it. That's actually really bad news for GreatWightHope, because he needs to be places the other runners are not, and then doing good things with those places in gambles. Because right now, GreatWightHope needs to separate himself a little bit from these folks.
Yeah, GreatWightHope does need those precious points today. So, bigdunka got the Dark Elf to change, but had to reset out.
And there's the stop. Nightdew is using an hourglass. Once the Dark Elf gets to this form, he is susceptible to weak, stop, everything. I mean, just go to town on him.
Yep. So he is so Nightdew will have this fight done soon. Dark Elf's in the Leviathan spot. Leviathan spot has 35,000 HP. So it'll take a little bit, but he'll get it.
Bigdunka is looking for D-Mist. He's actually checking the vanilla D-Mist spot, finds Mylan Z, nopes out.
Close enough, right?
I mean, Mylan Z, an undead horrible nightmare with the tusk spike tooth thing coming out of his back, or a dragon made of mist. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, that's about right. That's what I thought. We're going to check the Octomam spot. And we have the D-Mist! Wow!
Holy cow! So this might be interesting.
This could be a pretty interesting play if this is something good. Nightdew got the spoon from the Dark Elf, so
that's all the value there. All the value.
Ouch! 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 So he's Bigdunka is going to go ahead and check out. He's going to check what he gets from Rydia's mom here. Now Bigdunka does not have the package, I don't believe. So he doesn't have to worry. Well, yeah.
What are you giving us, Bigdunka? Rat tail. Oh, he's gonna follow that. He's got the hook. Yep. He's gonna follow it.
Yep, he is. With the hook, he's gonna go to Damsan and get his hovercraft, take that over, and pretty much park it next to Silvera. Because if he gets a pink tail, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to get himself a adamant armor. But we'll see what this gives.
Meanwhile, penguin8r is going to attempt the hottest meme in the Final Fantasy free enterprise community. Is there going to be a Bahamut of value?
Oh, we've got either
it's
the
a
king.
Free Bahamut, yeah.
Is it? Yep, it's free. A free spot. All he has to do is tank a couple low-level magic attacks. Yep, that's gonna be nice. Let's see what the rat tail turn-in is. It is nothing happened.
It is.
Oh well.
I mean,
decent weapon for Kane, but progression stops there. And we either head to Babel or sorry, he does have the package. We head to Ordeals, I guess.
Well, it's right nearby, and it just parents become conscious and die.
Which is actually a pretty emotional moment if you get into the actual stories of the games Final Fantasy. That's a pretty tough one when you're playing it.
Yeah, that's
to the moon.
And a pink tail. Well, and adamant, if you have to go back down to the moon, sure.
And he doesn't. I know he has a sorcerer's robe, but does he have anything really beneficial for Porum right now? If he has a white shirt, that's fantastic. But this could be an adamant armor could help your white mage for the Z fight. GreatWightHope is going for the evil, which you can see right now how fast this wall is.
Dunka up on Ordeals right now, so he's going to be rewarded with his Dark Crystal before too long.
And I would imagine Dunka will go straight to the moon following this Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, I can't imagine him doing anything else. So penguin8r, where are you going, sir? Oh, he's going to turn in that.
He's going to turn in the pink tail for a. He's going to get himself a adamant armor. Nightdew to the moon. GreatWightHope is making some progress in this evil wall fight.
And yeah, Nightdew on his way. We're gonna see. Let's see, who do we have left on the moon? We don't have a Cecil. We don't have an Edge. We don't have
Edward.
Edward. Oh
I haven't
God.
seen Edward.
Why would you jinx us like that? We don't have a Foo.
And the character is
Rosa.
Oh, okay. Now, Porum's been doing well. Do you ditch her for Rosa? Because Rosa is the best white mage in the game.
Yeah, I ditch Porum. Sorry.
Absolutely. I would do the same thing. Because in the in this the X flags I want to say it's X2. Is that what we're on? Yes. You get a characters that are severely different levels will get a boost in experience. So a decent fight will boost Rosa back up.
GreatWightHope is the only one who has killed the evil wall.
Wow.
This is going to be interesting. What is it? Twin Harp!
Okay. Does he do it? I would say probably. He knows he can handle the fight.
You know, GreatWightHope can lose this entire race. And because he's the first one with the Twin Harp, he is chat's winner.
Yep, we're going to get some nasty music soon. For those of you new to the Final Fantasy IV free enterprise scene, there are several Easter eggs that have been added in. If you ever feel like playing the game and you're not racing, talk to everybody, check things. It's fantastic. And we're getting ready to see one of my favorite Easter eggs if he decides to go to the Twin Harp Cave, which I'm sure he's going to.
Meanwhile, penguin8r does dump Rosa in lieu of keeping the Mysidia girl.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? I don't know if it's necessarily wrong either way, because if you're planning on doing some leveling as you're checking all these places, you don't want to have to carry a limp noodle Rosa with you.
Yeah, and it's either play is fine. It's not. I love Rosa.
GreatWightHope is going for the Twin Harp music, so let's hopefully we'll get our music switched over here. He's using his last cabin.
GreatWightHope picked up 10 more from Baron on his way.
Oh, Nightdew did a reset. What are you doing, Nightdew? Are you gonna ditch Rosa? Did you do a save and are now deciding no, he is gonna ditch Porum again? Not only did Nightdew ditch Porum once, he ditched her twice.
Nightdew went ahead and went into the Ogopogo fight and said no thanks and reset out. Let's see. Bigdunka, what is he about to do?
All right, so here we go. Music.
All right, what is our nasty music? Well, first we have to see a little scene here. Bigdunka picking up his silk webs in Bacchus.
Love that play.
No, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm getting ready to get super quiet here so we can listen to our music. Although penguin8r's on a nice boss fight right now.
Unfortunately, with the Dark Elf fight, if everyone comes in with anything metal on, they'll all be pinned down, and the fight will end. If they are not killed, they have to go through this whole scene of me attack you and attacking, and it takes a little bit of time. But yes, let's listen to what nasty music we see.
Come on, Edward, you can walk as fast as we can. Oh, the town theme from Final Fantasy VI.
Yes, kids run through the city. Very nice. Yep, we got a Calbrenna fight going on Nightdew. Did penguin8r fight that?
I don't know.
I was watching GreatWightHope's. We got Octomam.
Octomam and an Odin's fight. Oh my gosh, there's too many things going on. 4 boss fights at the same time.
Odin is down. We'll see what nasty music has yields us. Nowl in chat says, this man deserves a crystal.
And he gets a drain spear. Nope. You know what? I applaud GreatWightHope for following through with that, though. There's a lot of runners who don't follow those chains, and that's something you got to do, though. Protect Ring and White Spear behind the Calbrenna. So, I mean, it's a nice upgrade for Kain, but otherwise nothing.
Yep. And everyone, I would like to apologize for my sniffling. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold here, so please excuse my sniffles. Bigdunka is exiting himself out of Bahamut, and where was he gonna go next? Think he's diving subterrane? Bigdunka did not do Evil Wall.
Yeah, I think he's diving subterrane, and it looks like GreatWightHope is going to be our last with the Darkness Crystal. Oh, Octomom is down for penguin8r. We'll see what kind of value we get here. Crystal Ring.
Ring. Oh, we have seen every piece of crystal equipment except a sword, and I don't think we've seen the armor yet, and the actual crystal that we need. This is not the crystal you're looking for.
Putting the rings on the twins, though, which is handy.
Protect rings are absolutely great pieces of equipment. Not something to sneeze at all, but definitely not what we wanted to see after fighting a boss in the subterranean.
So let's see. We still have the Masamune spot, we have the Murasame spot, and we have the Crystal Sword spot. Now, what we're looking at here is we still don't have the Pan, which leads to up to 2 key items. We still don't have the Earth Crystal. We still don't have the Pass. I'm just at the point where I don't think we're going to get the Crystal up here. We're going to get a fetch quest, and that's just my instinct at this point.
Yeah, we saw the Twin Harp. Nothing.
Oh
boy.
GG. Oh, he's got 1 Star Veil off.
Oh, that is not who you wanted to see in that spot.
Nah, not at all. All the lives, and now he's going to start reflecting nukes. Oh, this is not good.
Now there is also, in these flag sets, there is guaranteed a path to the underworld that is not blocked by Golbez or Wyvern. But there is nothing says that Wyvern cannot be guarding the crystal.
Yeah, it's not looking very fun. He's going to be bouncing lots of nukes at this point in time.
Yep, we got Kain in the air, which is fine. Kain does have the Starveil up, but I think by the time a Mega Nuke comes up, or does he do more than 1 Mega Nuke?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Kain took a nuke to the face.
Kain did not die.
We see bigdunka over here doing some King Ryu grinding while he's up here.
Now, how many experience points does a King Ryu give?
Off the top of my head, the only metric I know is a very scientific amount. I'm going to call it a crap ton.
Now, Chat Demarine in chat making a good point that he does counter summons with Mega Nuke. Do you try to get Rydia up and a Starveil down and try to get a summon off? I mean, that's a lot of work, but
I don't know. Nightdew now on the same fight, and it does look like Penguin8r takes the death.
yeah.
Kane, again, the only one alive for him. He's going to try to get up Rosa.
Oof. This is brutal. And he's gonna try that. He's gonna try to get Rydia up.
Out, he reset out of it.
Yep.
Dunka
Yeah,
doing that grind, man. 5 levels a person.
That is nice.
Penguin8r deciding that, hey, let's check these other lunar spots and come back. Well, Vol is. Okay, this isn't bad with a cane.
No, not at all with a cane. That's fine. She what she can do when she goes into her tornado form, her magic defense is very high. Most magic attacks will outright miss. So Cane can open her up by jumping. But without a cane, this fight can be very tricky.
Luckily, I think all of our runners have managed to keep Kane. They've hung on to him as long as they possibly can. And that makes sense. He's a great fighter. And as you can tell, he's got the highest agility. I think he's been attacking first pretty regularly.
Chat, I have to say I love you all.
Bork, bork, bork.
And yeah, she's gonna be doing that for a little bit, so sorry about that.
It happens. All right, so both Penguin8r and Nightdew are. It's kind of an interesting horse race between these two. Both of them are doing the same thing right now. This could get really close here before too long.
GreatWightHope is about to go get his spirits lifted and then crushed.
Problem is, he's going to be drug on a bit of a chain for that.
Yeah, that's such a shame because he's gonna see that demist and take down this boss easily. Go check Rydia's mom. Gonna go get the hovercraft. Go pick up turn in the rat tail and be disappointed with a drain spear.
Yeah, the most disappointing of items that you can pick up. Maybe not the most, but definitely top 5.
Yeah, we got a heck of a Valvolus fight going on.
Yeah, we have blinked Rydia. I mean, it looks like that. Oh, down.
Down goes Valvolus, Barbarecia, whatever, however you want to call it.
I you know what? I like the Barbarecia because it keeps in with the theme of the four bosses. Oh, Ninja. Oops.
Well, Yang can equip it, can he not?
No, Yang can equip the Ninja Helm,
but not the shirt.
Ninja Robe. Yeah, the Ninja Shirt only Edge can equip.
Bummer. Penguin8r is gonna go ahead and leave. Where do you think he's going? Evil Wall, maybe?
He might even be just saving real quick before getting the last boss in here. Yeah.
Okay. Once again, apologies. My house is a zoo tonight.
Oh, so... Okay, GreatWightHope is following this chain.
Yeah, Peldim spot is Ogopogo, and that's what they're doing. They went ahead and exited out, rested up, and went ahead to try the Ogo spot or the Peldim spot.
I mean, it's worthwhile at any rate because this can be a really rough fight, and all of these guys are a little bit underleveled right now. They're no higher than early to mid 40s at the most, and this is a definite rough spot. Luckily, Ogopogo's big wave is a percent health damage, so as long as you have someone who can do the heals, you're in relatively good shape.
Yes. Now Ogopogo does counter magic. Is that correct?
With Blaze, I believe. Yep.
Yep. Blaze is also percentage based.
Yep, and we have a dead summoner already over here on Penguin8r's spot. Nightdew is getting ready to also do Ogopogo.
This race has been very interesting because all of our racers have been fairly consistent with each other. There's been no real divergence, it's been interesting. It's been interesting.
Interesting discussion in chat asking how to pronounce a certain boss's name. I look at it and I see Scarmiglione, but you could go Scarmiglione. I mean, it depends on the Italian. You keep in mind, Scarmiglione, Barbarica, Cagnazzo, and Rubicante, as well as Barnabas. Also, the horrible Frankenstein monster, all comes from Dante's Inferno.
Wells, and it's Mylon Z.
And the Calcabrina, yep. And a Luca key!
Mm-hmm. So, do we go to Sealed Cave? I think Penguin8r gives us that answer.
Yeah, you go. You gotta go.
My daughter is not happy about the play.
Well, tell your daughter it's a perfectly legitimate play and she needs to get good, scrub. All right, so Penguin8r on his way down to check the Luca key. Oh, what's Nightdew? Nightdew's probably going to follow, it looks like.
Yep, looks like. I think they have the same thought.
Dunka also going up here, so Dunka's at a little bit higher level. He might be able to get past this Wyvern strat. So can Dunk? No, Dunk is exiting. Oh, Nightdew looks like he's going to Bahamut Cave. He never went there.
This seed has been full of this seed's been full of false hope being created.
We've got to create a word, I think, of the false hope that is created when you think you're on the right path in a randomizer and it pulls the wool out from under you.
Great false hope. Great. Thank you, Alexa, for that.
That value. It's called value. I like it.
Value? I can dig it.
I mean, Schadenfreude is more generic. Like, this is a very specific. And the crystal is in the sealed cave.
Okay, so Penguin8r is pretty much go. He's in go mode.
Yeah, he's good. And he who shall not be named is guarding the crystal.
This is a tricky fight. This is really tricky in this spot. Well, we do have a ribbon, I believe.
we have a ribbon, we have an adamant armor, and I think Kane at least started. Yeah, so both Kane and Palem are equipped with those 2 items. So I think he'll be in good shape.
And we got a Starveil up early. Now, sometimes though, I have found that the Starveil will wear off by the time this whole scene rolls out. So
yeah, so it looks like the Wyvern spot will either lead to the Earth Crystal or the Pan, which the other one will lead to the other.
I bet penguin8r is so happy he decided to bail on that Wyvern spot.
Oh, absolutely. Nightdew has got to be following directly. Bigdunka on the Ogopogo spot. It's going to be a little bit rough here. GreatWightHope kind of bringing up the rear, heading over here to Ogopogo directly. That's some crazy luck by penguin8r there. All 5 characters survived, and Gomez goes down.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, so he's done, and now he's going to start using warp strats. He's going to get everyone set up to... Okay, at this point in time, he's got Young and Kane, and then he's got 3 casters. How high do you level for this? Just high enough to get nukes, and then you're going to be doing reflect strats the entire time? Or what's your strategy in penguin8r spot?
Honestly, he doesn't have much to go. I would go just enough to get nuke and roll. But Penguin definitely with what he's got a commanding lead right now. His levels are good. Big Dunk is probably gonna be Big Dunk is heading the same direction. I think Big Dunk is looking for exit, but he has not done Zot yet, so Rosa does not have exit. But he's gonna be heading that same way. But yeah, I think he's gonna just get a couple more. He's got 10 key items. I think he still has some coffins, but Kane should one-shot him, and he does, yes. So I figure he's gonna get nukes, cure 4, and roll with it.
Yeah, that's really what I think he's going to be doing right now. And Nightdew is going to be chased down the rabbit hole, unfortunately. Did that D-miss check. Is going to get the rat tail, is going to get the twin harp, is going to be chased down a rabbit hole.
Yep.
And it is worth pointing out, if penguin8r does win, let's see, penguin8r, currently he has 7 points with 2 races yet to complete. He will be at 11 points if he gets first place here with 1 race left to go. That's really commanding at that point in time.
Oh yeah, a first place finish for penguin8r is going to be huge for him. But we still got some, and penguin8r is getting ready. He's probably gonna do maybe 1 King Ryu fight, or he may be fine.
Yeah, he might be good to go. He might say, "I'm good." Bigdunka is on his way to get his crystal, so he's in good shape. He's actually in better shape than Nightdew. Nightdew was right there, step in step with penguin8r there for a while, but Nightdew getting debated right at the moment.
GreatWightHope is also headed down. I think he's going to try that Wyvern spot.
He's hoping for that value, but he's going to get failure.
Has he not? He hasn't seen that Wyvern's there, has he?
Nope. GreatWightHope has not seen that, so he's in kind of a rough spot right now.
And GreatWightHope took some big risks, pulled off that evil wall, he did great, and just unfortunately it was some bad luck choices at this point. Right now everyone else is on the right track, but and I think Great White Hope will probably do the same thing as soon as he sees Wyvern down there.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with any play that any of these runners have done. It's just Rando's gonna rando you sometimes.
Yep. Yep. All 4 runners tonight have just been phenomenal. This has been a really great race to watch.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a great race because bigdunka, Nightdew, penguin8r, all with first place wins under their belt, and I love that a Great White Hope was making some very interesting plays, trying to keep things really going in different ways. The problem was all the plays that he made that I would consider gambles, everyone else also made, and unfortunately, it didn't help him at all.
Yes, I mean honestly, another race and gambles that he made. I mean, he could have been way out in front.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nightdew gets his crystal and is super happy.
Yeah, it does look like penguin8r is doing a couple more grinds on the King reuse here.
And that's fine. He'll get what he needs. He should. Yeah, that's some pretty beefy experience there. Went ahead and got Nuke for Palom.
I don't think Rydia learned Nuke quite yet, though.
Rydia doesn't get Nuke until 55 or 52.
I think it's 52, and 55 is Meteor. Oh, Rydia gets it at 50. Okay. 55 in J2. Right, yes. Okay.
That's right. If I looked right in front of me and
And literally all of chat corrected us at the same time.
Well, that's what chat's for, right?
Hey, I'm not perfect. I know I say a lot of things wrong. Both Nightdew and bigdunka are on their Golbez fights right now. Golbez is... I mean, he's got a walled cane for bigdunka.
He's putting some hurt on him right now, but he should be okay. Yeah,
man, that is nothing but what kind of luck privilege does penguin8r have that he kept all 5 of his characters alive through Golbez and just crushed them. bigdunka had only Kane alive, and Nightdew's in the same spot.
Question in chat, what is J1 and J2? J1 flags means you have Japanese items, so items in the Japanese version, Final Fantasy IV. J2 means that you have Japanese items as well as Japanese abilities. So Yang in J2 would have power and bear, I believe, which is power takes an extra turn, double, and does a higher attack. Bear is kind of like a beefier defense. You know, Dark Knight Cecil has Dark Wave. So a bunch of those extra abilities. So, but the spells come at in J2. Spells come at the Japanese levels. In J1 they come at the American release levels. I believe I explained that well enough. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, that's as long as you understand it, and this game is getting close to 30 years old, but it's understanding that there are distinct differences between the Japanese and the American version of the games. We mod the Japanese version of the ROM, so we have the Japanese items available to us because they're so much cooler.
Yes, anytime you play a flag with the J flag off makes it a little bit interesting for grinding. Pretty much guarantees you're going to need to do a D machine grind or something a little bit different. All right, so as we talked about the Great White Hope on Wyvern and saying, "Oh dear," we talked about those Easter eggs. You're about to see one of the most popular, arguably the most popular Easter egg in this entire randomizer.
Absolutely. It's what will Zeromus's true colors be? And it's not going to be what we normally see. I hope not, anyway.
It is.
I don't know what that one is.
I do not either. That is a little scary. Celestial Shinryu Ryu from Type 0.
Oh, okay. Oh, Celestial Shinryu. Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Now, we have major props to Shala Kitty. She has made and submitted over 250 sprites for Zeromus, so it could be. It's always a treat getting to Zeromus and finding who you're gonna get. So big props to Shala Kitty for that.
All right, so it looks like Nightdew is on his way up. I mean, he's up in the moon. Bigdunka is... Where are you going, Dunka? I thought he looked like he finished his grind.
Oh, and I'm being corrected on it's pronounced Scala. I have been wrong for a long time.
It's one of those things where in the Super Nintendo era, and I think we've all experienced it, where we think we know how to pronounce things to the point where we're talking with our friends and pronouncing things in a very specific way. And then it comes to find out when they do voice acting later, we are completely wrong.
Sometimes I've played some of the voice acted remakes just for that. I'm like, okay, how do you say your name? Penguin8r is really doing a number on Zeromus here.
Yeah, he just using pure reflex strats at this point. I think both Young and Kane are actually defending. What this is going to do is change things up so that if you use reflex strats, okay, so how Zeromus ends up working is he has two 65,000 HP phases, and he will eventually do an HP refill after he gets down a certain percentage. However, if you are doing reflex strats, it will never trigger the HP refill, so you can get him down in effectively half the HP.
Ooh, that was a hurtful Big Bang.
That one really hurt. And he's setting up Star Veils and trying to get some more. Oh, he's still going for it. He's like, we'll do lives, but we're going to do reflex on Kane. This is on the edge of your seat, clenching a little bit here. Ah!
He's down.
Whoa!
What a fight. Wow.
Holy cow. Penguin8r pulling out the clutch win.
That was impressive. Normally, Zeromus goes into a Meteo phase to signal you're in his last phase. We didn't even see that. What did we see? 2 Big Bangs and that's it?
Yeah, and that was because he was the Meteo phase only happens if he does his HP refill. So him doing those reflex strats prevented that. So GG to Penguin8r being heads up. He had to be keeping track of his HP in his head.
That's definitely something
I don't know. Yeah, that was clutch.
Nightdew screaming in too here on the. Did GreatWightHope finish Wyvern, or did he wipe out of that?
I think he noped out of that.
Yeah, he was getting slapped around a little bit.
Apologies for everyone's ears. I think I screamed in pretty much everyone's ears. But there's Penguin8r. GG. What a clutch fight, man.
Yeah, that was impressive. Tell me, were you calculating? Were you calculating HP? Okay. Yeah, that was a nasty second Big Bang, wasn't it?
Was trying to not nerf. But I knew Yang at least would live, so I could recover anyway.
We'll ask that one more time because Penguin was muted. You were calculating, correct?
Yes, I was. I kind of lost track at the end. Wasn't sure if that last one would kill, so I reflected to be safe. If it didn't kill, I could have got another one off in time, I think.
So, how happy were you that Wyvern was not required?
I was kind of thinking no one else would push through it. Did other people bang their head on it and get through?
No one yet. Nope.
Okay, I figured that if it was there, I probably wasn't behind, because probably anyone would have trouble with that. I figured I probably could like adjust battle speed and maybe do it. Maybe once I had nuke, it would have been easy. But yeah, I figured it just wasn't worth forcing at that point.
Was there any point in time that you felt like, hey, this is a good gamble, I'm feeling good about my position, or maybe not? Maybe you're feeling bad about what you were doing?
When I saw that Darkness Crystal at Ordeals, my heart sank a bit, because I figured at least one of the other racers probably did Ordeals early, and if they gambled on Moon, they could have been way ahead of me. Yeah, I never felt like I was ahead in that race, because it took so long to find the Darkness Crystal.
What if we told you were the first one with the Darkness Crystal?
It's not that surprising. I know a lot of people avoid Ordeals. There wasn't much reason to go there this seed.
It was really interesting watching this race because everyone was pretty much on each other's heels the entire time. I mean, it was really nice, really neat.
So you're sitting at now 11 points with even one race to go. Not to jinx it, but you're in pretty good shape for the league, aren't you?
Yeah, really happy with the first place win here. I think I don't know if I'm guaranteed to get in, but I'm in pretty good shape to get into the playoffs. And I think if I even get top 2 in the next race, I have a good shot at top 4, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the only person there's only 2 people with more points than you as of right now. Elmegus is tied with you at 11 points. Swimmy Leone has 12, and Dipwood has 14. So, and you still have a row. So you're really sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, really glad I got the win out here.
Oh, it was a blast watching, and great job. GG on your race.
All right, thank you.
We now have bigdunka and Nightdew are both cruising away in their fight. Doing well.
Yeah,
Rydia
both of them,
just ran out of HP. Bigdunka is significantly higher leveled than Nightdew.
Yeah, they are both very close right now. That dead Rydia, and a black hole. I get the feeling bigdunka is kind of in slightly better shape, but this is going to be just really close between these two right now.
Yep, and Nightdew came screaming into the fight a little bit earlier. I think bigdunka took some time just to get a little bit more leveled up, so his Palom and having that extra damage out of Palom is gonna possibly push bigdunka ahead.
Man, these two are just right neck and neck.
This is a very close one.
Dunka with more characters alive definitely has a higher HP black mage. Doing individual cures. Yeah, Nightdew. Whoo!
Dunka's doing nerf strats too on the Big Bang. Do you want to explain a little bit about nerf strats?
Absolutely. So when Zemus or whatever mess we're fighting shakes, if you cast a spell on him immediately after that, he will counter. However, If you do a counter nuke at just the right time, it will nerf the overall spell damage of his Big Bang. Nightdew is in Meteor Phase, which is the very last one.
Ooh, it's gonna be tough. Oh yeah, Nightdew should have this one, because Big Duncan just got hit with another Big Bang. He's gonna have to cure. He's gonna have to heal that one up a little bit.
Yeah, Meteor blew out the stream, it looks like. And there's flashes.
GG.
GG Nightdew. Official time of 1:43:28. GG Nightdew.
And I cannot wait for his interview, because we're all gonna ask the question that's burning on everybody's mind.
Yeah. Question in our mind. And I really kind of want to get Big Dunka here in at the same time, but I want to give Nightdew a piece of my mind here. And there's the flash.
Big Dunka is down. GG.
1:44:21 for him. Less than a minute. Wow, GG. And we are joined now by the man, the myth, the legend, Nightdew.
Hello, everybody.
So, Nightdew, sir.
We're at the question that's burning on everybody's mind.
Rydia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had Leviathan. Quack Kid wasn't even there. I knew she was one egg away from being relevant. End of story.
Okay. That's fair enough. How happy were you that Wyvern was not required?
Oh boy, I had the thought of flipping down the battle speed veils I had and maybe giving it a shot, but I was out of box already on that specific run. I'm like, I could waste a bunch of time trying to hit this guy. I've seen a bunch of people, put in time on boss fights where it's just going to take forever, and it never really panned out for him. I'm going to leave him lie. I already did that with the Demon Wall. I had to come back with Pogo too, because I took a fresh Rosa into there, which I'm totally not regretting, by the way. But yeah, totally happy that Wyvern was not required.
And we're joined by Big Dunka. GG.
Good game, everybody.
This race has been a blast to watch. Everybody basically on each other's heels the entire race. I just asked Nightdew, how do you feel about not having to kill Wyvern?
Where was Wyvern? Never saw him.
You didn't find him. Okay, you were saved.
Yeah, I went into Subterrane saying if I find any of the chase items, it was that and Earth Crystal and a couple others, I was just bailing. And I found Luca Key first, and it was perfect. So I'm guessing it was at one of the two last crystal spots.
Ogopogo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ooh.
That's what I said.
Pretty much everyone said that. I mean, we had some. I think everyone was able to get a reflect off on Kane, and then just kind of tried to life potion their way through. And it was not pretty for me.
Yeah, I know. I felt really late, really far behind when I found that Darkness Crystal as my 10th key item.
Yeah, there was this whole race. There was really never at any point until the Luca Key play rolled in. There was never anybody clearly ahead or behind.
So I'll kind of add at a time. Night was your last race. You're going to end with 11 points. Not bad. I mean, how confident are you feeling going in with just kind of a last handful of races at the end to finish up here?
11 actually feels pretty good. I was really kind of, obviously you're hoping for 12, but, prepping for this race, I mean, I'm just kind of looking up, it's actually to Accident, who has been making all these percentage sheets and all these odds, and it's been awesomely fun to follow. So I'm going to give a shout out that way before I say that. But yeah, 11 points, I'm feeling pretty solid. It might be, I mean, I've got a kind of an upper limit of the Z-score, so that might get me into about 12. I don't know. But either way, you know, if it's a top end of a play-in, you know, it's a top end of a play-in, and let's go.
And Dunka, right back at you. This is only your second race, so you're going to be at 6 points now. First place finish and now a third. Are you going to change anything up going into your last couple matches, or what are you going into your last few?
I'm going to stop smashing my head against worthless Feymarsh bosses for 10 minutes. No, honestly, there's no... I mean, I knew I had to gamble a little bit on this one. I didn't like the gamble because if I miss that, I'm completely out. 3 points is kind of... I definitely didn't want to get a fourth in this one. I was really hoping for at least a second, because that would put me in a really good spot. 11 points seems like it's kind of that cut line, so I guess I'm halfway to where I want to be. So, not really going to change anything, though.
That evil one at Asura, I believe, was, and it really tempted, I think, a lot of people. You could just kind of see everyone thinking. They would enter the room, stop and think. It's like, should I do this?
Yeah, I actually stepped into the first time. I think it took me like 10 seconds. It's like, I'm going to try one of these. I don't know which one to try. I know Evil Wall was going to be really fast. I just didn't think it was going to hit that hard. And then after like 3 hits, I reset, and then I tried the I know Dark Elf, and figured that was going to be a pain after he transitioned, and it was. And after I'd lost 2 people, I just said, screw it. I'm going check ordeals and see where it leads me. I'll come back if I have to.
Nightdew, we felt really bad for you because we knew we were watching Penguin8r and we knew where everything was going. You went up to the... You came back down, and then you started searching for D-Mist, and we're like, no, this is going to lead up where he...
I was thinking, it just popped into my head. I'm like, okay, you know, and I'm like, hey, we never found D-Mist, then, you know, I'm right at Octo, let's take a look, and all of a sudden, bam, D-Mist, I'm like, oh, here we go. So I'm really glad he did not have a rabbit hole to follow, because if it was between that and Lukaki, I might have followed that.
Yeah, I believe it ended up, like, okay, something happened that led us to the Twin Harp, where only GreatWightHope ended up getting the Twin Harp.
The Twin Harp was from Evil Wall in Land of Summon Monsters.
Right. Okay.
Okay, that's why I didn't see it. He was next on my list after Lukaki, so yeah, I saw him and said no. I knew if I could get Dark Elf to second phase, I could toss an hourglass and just be done with it. But
yeah, GreatWightHope's the only one that powered through that Evil Wall fight. He did a fantastic job getting through that. It just, unfortunately for him, didn't pay out.
How deep did that rabbit hole go?
Twin Harp to Drainlance.
Oh, okay.
that's not too bad.
And the rat tail and the hook with the D-Mist only led to a Gungnir Spear, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it went rat tail to Gungnir, so yeah.
Which that D-Mist at that spot was definitely a, oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to find.
Yeah, that was one of those. I think I actually did that right before going to Ordeals, actually, because I was like, let's take the risk and see it, and I found it, and it's like, oh, here we go, and yeah.
And a question in chat was, what was the Twin Harp song? And since you didn't hear it, was the Kids Run Through the City from Final Fantasy.
Nice.
It looks like GreatWightHope found his crystal. He's getting ready to picking up his Bacchus wines and probably going to go ahead and do his fight pretty soon.
Yeah, this was close to a full seed for him. I mean, the only thing that hasn't been stolen. We know at least one led to the other. So.
Well, thanks everybody. I'm gonna jet. Great game, everybody.
Yes, thank you, GG. It was a blast watching you all. Just great. This was a great race.
Yes, likewise. Awesome race. Thank you, and GG to everybody who was running it, and hope to see you in the next round, everybody.
Had from them. Go ahead, give. It's the easiest way to support them. The wall just for helping us out, letting us stream on their channel.
Yes, RPG Limit Break. Big thank you. RPG Limit Break subscribers bits to RPG Limit Break goes to funding the event that is held every year. The event supports, I believe, the last charity was National Association for Mental Illness. I'm not 100% sure if that's what they support every year, but they are partnered with that. It is a fantastic event. A great community. The Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise community has been phenomenal. Everybody is very welcoming. If you are brand new, if you're interested, join the Discord. Try it. Just try out the randomizer. Meet some cool people. Get in some. Join some races. Have some fun. You'll have a blast, even if you finish last every single race. You will have so much fun.
Absolutely say you'll have so much fun. You finish last because I finished last in most of them.
Only the ones that I'm not racing. Then I finish last. No, but it is. I mean, it is great. Everyone who's worked on this randomizer has just done an amazing job. Everyone that we've met is everyone I've met has just been great in this community. I just popped in mid this summer, and it's been great. A nice community to call home.
It really is, and it's a great. Importantly than that, one's just been so great. Join just Discord, especially game. Just start to see a shot. What do you got to lose? We're like, we only make fun of ourselves. We don't make fun of you.
Absolutely. Yes, there's no this is a very low pressure race community. Low stress. GreatWightHope is making the run. Cue Rocky music. Just kidding, don't. Don't for copyright strike.
What?
All right, let's see. He will be, and see, as I said before, GreatWightHope. He finding all the plays he made. Any other race could have put him top by 15-20 minutes easily. It was just unfortunate that the big plays led him to dead ends.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Randomizer. I mean, he needed to make some pretty hardcore rules in order to get him back into this race in the league. And unfortunately, they just didn't pay. And that's Randomizer for you.
It is the joy of playing a randomizer is you can do well. You can be playing against someone who is, constantly finishes first, second, third, and a lucky seed, lucky call for you can put you ahead. So it's a joy of randomizers. But we are all here to help people learn. If you have any questions, just ask anybody in the community. They will quickly tell you. The Discord has a newbie guide and a bunch of guides and resources that you can read up on, which are fantastic, which I've spent lots of time reading, having a good time with, and trying out the strats. It's very useful. We got Berserk straight on to Kane, it looks like. Oh, Bacchus. They're using Bacchus ones. What am I saying?
Also, if you have enough Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. There are more races. No more tonight, unless you're just going to join the Discord and join the races. But tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on RPG Limit Break, we're going to have another race. Silverfire versus Zyrak, and Invenerable and Dragon Dark. That is going to be right here on RPG Limit Break. And Demarine 2 going to be on the mic for you, calling that one. That's going to be a great race. At 8 o'clock on Tuesday, right here on RPG Limit Break, we're going to have bigdunka is going to be playing again with Hippos, Kobahi, and Supsi.
And don't forget about the community races that happen on Mondays and Friday.
Oh, absolutely. The Monday community race is typically at 9:30 Eastern Time, right here on our break. The Friday Eastern Time over on one of the Speed Gaming networks of channels.
And the community races usually have a variety of flags. I believe tomorrow is a K4, and I will tell you, I cannot wait to play that one.
Yeah, we're looking for fighters for that one, and I'm like, I don't want to say that. For example, this seed in particular had the key items mixed up between the key item locations and then the summon locations. So, Sylph, Odin, Leviathan, Bahamut, etc. K4 seeds, in addition to being in all of those, can be in your game, and you may be required to go to the moon in order to get your underworld access.
And I was just given word that RPG Limit Break supports the National Alliance on Mental Illness every year. National Alliance on Mental Illness is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization dedicated to building better lives for millions of Americans affected by mental illness. So all your support RPG Limit Breaks does help in funding those events that happen each year. Thank you to Dravenheart for sending me that. Also give another shout out to Scala Kitty for her restreaming and Neon Gray for tracking tonight. Being on top of the tracker, tracking is a that is a daunting job. Having to watch all four and make sure that you can keep track of what's going on, so we can all. They makes our jobs on commentary a lot easier.
Absolutely, and apologize to Neon Gray. I think I credited Scala Kitty with tracking. It's Neon Gray. Sorry, I'm gonna get slapped later. It's okay. I deserve it.
Oh, here comes Big Bang. Purim and Palm are, they Purim ate that one pretty good, but Palm got slapped down pretty hard. I believe Purim has an adamant armor on.
Yeah, and in this sort of situation, you absolutely want to make sure your white mage is protected, because things will do enough damage that as long as you have an HP, you can kind of just do what GreatWightHope is doing right now and just keep healing through and them and go. Those fancy repet need not apply.
And we're in medio phase. This fight is soon to be over. Neon Gray, we could never forget about you. And, I thought that was going to be it. We got a nuke, not a nuke, I believe a cure queued up for Purim. But with the, there it is.
There is the flash. GG GreatWightHope, time of 2:02:27, and he immediately joined in the commentary booth. GG GreatWightHope.
GG. Oh, man. I went every wrong way.
I was gonna necessarily bad plays. We knew that you were in kind of an interesting spot with your points, so we thought that you would make some really hard gambles, and you did. They just didn't pay out.
When I found the Mist Dragon at Octomab, I was so happy. I was thinking, there's no way anyone else made this play.
We thought the same thing, and as I was saying, any other race finding that probably puts you ahead 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, well,
But that's a randomizer.
Once I started getting going, I just told myself I'm not going up to Ordeals. And then it turned out Ordeals was the Darkness Crystal. So it's like, well, if Mist Dragon hadn't been in Octomam, I was heading to Eblin Cave. I was gonna go searching there because I knew I was behind. I knew I was far behind following the moon.
I mean,
I'm just happy I didn't have to beat the Wyvern. Did anyone do it?
No, no one did.
All right.
I will tell you, you are the only one that powered through that evil wall fight.
Hey, Blink. Blink is powerful.
Blink is very powerful.
And of course, that, I think, what did the evil wall yield? That yielded the harp, I think?
What's
or was
that?
that Leviathan? Or was that Leviathan?
No, it led to the twin harp, and that led us up to the drain spear. We only heard the music from you. Like, had that was another spot that
what
had
song
it been there.
What music did I give you guys?
Kids Run Through the City, Final Fantasy VI.
Hey, well, there. You know what? I got to give everyone the music. No one else did.
No, chat wanted to give you extra points for that.
Yeah, you know, I got to make things exciting despite actually being far behind. I was on the complete wrong path. But no, I don't think I played poorly. It was just, you know, I made plays that all went wrong.
Well, and we all said that those were the plays that you needed to make. You had to make the low percent plays in order to try to get caught up in your point total for the league. And like I said, I think you did exactly what you needed to do. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, well, it happens. It was just would have been nice if one of them paid off. Even I got an adamant armor. I got I forget what the rat tail gave me. I don't think was that the ninja shirt?
It was Gungnir.
Gungnir. I was like, hey, I got a nice cane weapon. And then I got like White Lance like right after. Game couldn't even give me like that pity reward. But such is the rando. Such is the rando.
That was definitely a great race to watch.
Play the rando if you're worried about if you're going to get mad at plays not panning out. So, man, if someone went the Wyvern path, because that would have ended with the pass.
Yeah, that probably would have led you down the path. Yep.
Because I think the only spots left were Zot, Wyvern, and Pan. Pan and Earth Crystal had to lead to each other, and all that chain would have ended with the pass. Well, I just had to make even more crazy plays in my last race. Probably shouldn't do it. The last race is where I get to play spoiler, and there's going to be probably a few people praying that my wacky gambles pay off.
And you are actually on the 30th, the last race of this round.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna do special gambles then. All right, I'm starting trying to find a way to glitch into Baron Castle and fight Odin first.
Well, I cannot wait to watch that one.
All right. So, any last minute thoughts before we get things wrapped up here?
No, just as I tend to say whenever I'm featured in any sort of race, thank you for it's RPG Limit Break hosting us up. Thank you, both of you, for your commentary. Thank you for the person, whoever was doing the tracking. And thank you to all the cool people in chat for hanging out. You all rule.
Well, thank you for racing. You're fun to watch.
Oh, good.
All right, that was GreatWightHope. Go ahead and give him a follow here on Twitch as well. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, thank you so much to RPG Limit Break for giving us the host. Thank you so much to Neon Gray for the tracking, Scala Kitty for the restreaming, and PMAkfal. We had a lot of fun. Again, we always have a lot of fun when we work together.
We do. It's always a hoot.
And with that said, we're actually going to go ahead. If you stick around here, we are going to be a host of Fantasy 1 that's happening. Head over there. Check that before. Just stick. The host is a newbie show, so giving some new folks in that community a little bit of love. But with all that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I am Vitasia.
And I'm PMAkfal.
And we'll see you guys at the next race.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.